Hi guys, good morning. Let let me share my screen. Yeah. Today, what we need to discuss?
Am I audible? Online team, am I audible or not? Sunila? Okay. Okay. So in the last class, what we discussed, we are discussing about entire data. We are discussing about data source settings and manage parameter. In manage parameter, okay, we discuss like how many parameters we discuss, how many types of parameters we discuss it. Two types. One is filtering column values. Another one is changing environment. Changing environment is very, very important. Filtering column values by using parameter, not required to use it. Understand clearly or not? Okay. So next we discuss like the refresh preview option. What is that one and everything I already explained to you. And properties also I explained to you. Today we need to discuss about advanced editor. Before going to discuss about advanced editor, first we need to discuss about applied steps. What is that? Applied steps. That means in any data set, okay, in any data set, whatever options, whatever transformation options you applied it, those all stepwise it is added here. In each and every data set, when you select that one, on the right side, you will see applied steps it is. Okay. So that, see, why we required applied step? Okay. See here. Suppose if applied steps is not there, what will happen? Duplicate will happen, right? Duplicate options are applied multiple times. The same option applied multiple times. Okay. So to avoid that one, we they are enabled applied steps. In applied steps, it is whatever for whichever column, whatever transformation options you applied it, each and everything stepwise it is added in under applied steps. Suppose, for example, see here, for this particular column, I'm using replace value and see here, suppose, for example, Canada. Okay, see here, like this. My voice is clear for everyone. Everyone. Okay. Thank you. Thanks for your confirmations, everyone. So, who are having an issue, please relog in it again so that your problem will be rectified. Okay. See here. So, whenever we are replacing, so this is the transformation, it is applied automatically. Did you see this one? Did you see that particular step it is added? Like that, in that particular data set, what are all the transformation options you applied? Those all stepwise it is added. By seeing the step name, what is the step name here? Replaced value. So that we can understand replaced value option is applied. Understand? Replace value option is applied but for which column? Because in the data set there are so many columns are there. For which column the replaced value step is applied? How would I know? Means select that particular step. See here. Did you see the formula bar? Did you see the formula bar? In the formula bar, we need to know like from which column, from which value to which value you are replacing. Understand clearly now? This step is what transformation step is there? That step it is available here. Only transformation option name it is applied here. But if you want to know on which column in that particular data set, what option it is applied, if you want to know means select that particular step in there. See here, this is the formula bar. In this formula bar, in M language coding, it is generated. In M language coding, it is generated. Here itself, it is clearly mentioned on which column it is applied. On which column? On which column the replace value step is applied? Is that Canada column? Country column. See here, country column. In place of country column, in the country column, in place of Canada, it is replaced to CA. You can understand which column it is and what option from which value to which value it is replaced. Understand clearly enough? Suppose, for example, Vijay, okay, so I want to delete. Sometimes what will happen? So you are applying a steps, but whatever step it is applied, so you are thinking like it is the wrong one. Okay, you have to delete that particular step. Okay, if you want to, that means previously, if you want to go back, how it will be there in that that particular step, I want to go. That means I want to delete any of the step in applied steps. Then if you want to delete any step in applied step, it is just in that particular step. First, you have to mouse over to that particular step. There is an option called cross. Suppose, for example, okay, without deleting this one, I want to delete previous step. Can we delete that one? Yes. How to do that one? First, you have to mouse over to that particular step name. Okay. Then immediately cross option is enabled. Click on that one, then that particular step. That means whatever steps you want to delete it, either you can delete the current step or else without deleting the current step, previous steps also at any point of time you can delete that one. But current step is implemented based on previous step only. Understand clearly or not? See here. Okay. So if I want to delete this particular step, how to delete this one? See here. Click on cross button. See here, and you click on this one. Previously, how it will be there if I delete this particular step? Previously, how it will be there? That it will shows. Okay. Previously, so for Canada value, it is not replaced with here. Again, it will go back to the that means. So that means if you want to go back to the previous step, simply by deleting that particular step, you can go back to that one. So, Vijay, I have one doubt is there. Whichever step is deleted, can we get back that step with any shortcut? No, it is not possible. That means undo is possible, redo is not possible. Understand clear? Whichever step is deleted, that step with the shortcut, can we get back that step? It's not possible. Again, if you want to apply that particular step means, again, the transformation option, you have to apply that one. Understand clearly. Again, see here. Suppose, for example, again that step is applied. The transformation option is applied. Then only that it will be there. Very, very important applied steps. Okay. So now see here, you understand, right? Either you can delete the current step or else without touching the current step, I want to delete the previous. Can we do that one or not? Yes. Just mouse over to that particular step name. Immediately the cross button will comes. If you click on the cross button automatically. But whenever you are trying to delete any previous steps without deleting the current step, always the current step is depend upon previous step. So if you delete the previous step, current step must and should it will throw us an error or not. So that's a reason. Sometimes you have to rectify that one. Okay. If you rectify that particular one, then automatically it will show us. Is that clear what I'm saying here? Okay. Next, another important point is whichever transformation option we applied, that step is added in applied steps, right? Okay. Can we modify that step? You understand what I'm saying? I applied replace value. So actually, in place of Canada, CA, I'm replacing. That is the mistake I did with that one. Okay. After that, I realized that in place of Canada, I want to replace not CA, CA12. What is that? CA12. I want to modify it. I want to modify that particular step, any step. If you want to modify, is it possible to modify? Yes. Yes, it is possible to modify any step in applied step. how to modify that particular step in applied step it is. Okay. See here, in that particular step, on the right corner of that particular step, okay, you will see some setting icon. This is the setting icon, right? If the setting icon is available, then that particular step is editable. If setting icon is not there, then that particular step is non-editable. Understand or not? That means, can we edit the change type step? Can we modify the change type step? No. Why? Because in this change type step, setting icon is not there, right? That's the reason we cannot modify this particular step. Can we modify this step? Yes, because this particular step having setting icon is there. So we can modify. How you can modify if the setting icon is there means double click on that particular step. What is that? Double click. When you double click on that one, the same window will open. See here. When you double click on that particular step, the same window will open. Here, in place of Canada, what it is replaced? CA it is. But that is wrong, right? I want to modify it to CA12. Understand clear? Huh? Click on. Okay. Now see, all the values are replaced or not? All the values are replaced or not? Understand clearly or not? Okay. See here. It is changed based on that particular value. Understand clearly or not? Any doubts in this one? Replace value means like this we can do it. If you want to replace the existing column values means you have to use this one. Is that clear? Okay. So you can modify any particular step, but step having setting icon. If the setting icon is there, how we can modify? Double click on that step. Remember. See here. Suppose, can we modify this particular step? No. If you try to double click also, nothing will happen. Only in this particular step, if you double click on this one, that particular same window will open. That means you know how to add how to apply a transformation option, and that particular step, how it is added in applied step, you know that one. And you know how to delete the current step, or without having, without deleting the current step, previous steps also can we delete it? Understand or not? Okay, can we modify that current step? Yes, but depends on setting icon. If the setting icon is there, we cannot editable. But if a setting icon is there for that particular step, then it is editable. How to edit that particular step? Double click. Understand clearly or not? Any doubts in this one? Okay, next one. So now we need to discuss about advanced edit. Understand or not? Okay. See here. What is a advanced editor will do? That means, see here, whatever transformation options you applied, understand clearly. See here, whatever transformation options you applied in apply step, whatever transformation options you can see it here. Same steps we can see it in the advanced editor. But in the advanced editor, in the M language coding, it will be there. See here, click on advanced editor, then see here, whatever applied steps are there, the same steps it is there here also or not? Understand or not? But here in the coding format, it is there. See here, change type is there. Replaced value step is also there. Understand? But this coding is called as M language coding. This automatically Power BI will generate. You no need to change anything. Very important point is this M language coding is case sensitive. Okay. If how the syntax will be the same as it is. Okay, if suppose if you are changing anything, suppose for example, table dot replace value is the function that mlanguage function that it is applied. Suppose in place of capital R, I'm giving a small r and click on done. It will throw us an error. You understand or not? See, advanced editor coding is case sensitive. So that's the reason don't touch anything on this particular language. Understand clearly? Okay. Understand clearly. So just see, you can see what are all the steps are there, what are the names are there and everything. Vijay, suppose if you are not using anything in the advanced editor, then what is the use of giving this option? You are saying like it is M language coding. You no need to learn that M language coding. Automatically Power BI will generate that one. Then why they are enabling this option? Because in this advanced editor, we can change the data source related paths. We can change the data source related paths. See here, for this particular data set, what is the data source I'm using here? What is the data source I'm using? What is the data source I'm using? Financial sample Excel it is. Okay. In this location, that particular one it is there. If suppose if any data source location is changed, it means you need to copy that particular location and paste it inside this advanced editor only. Understand? Suppose for example, you are changing that particular path. Okay. So Excel path, you change that one. Okay. Suppose you need to get that particular, you know how to get that Excel path, any of the Excel path? You don't know? Let's see. Suppose, for example, see here. So this is the Excel, right? This Excel path I want to know. How to know this Excel path? Means right click on this particular Excel. You will see properties. Okay. And there is a security option is there. Did you see the path of this particular Excel or not? Copy here and paste it in the advanced editor. Did you say? See here, just here inside the double quotation, whatever path it is there, that you have to remove it first. Again, paste the new one. That's it. Understand clearly? So for this purpose only, advanced editor option is used. Understand? Changing the any data source path. Suppose, for example, if you select SQL server, SQL server having a server name, right? When you click on advanced editor. Okay. One second. Suppose, for example, when you select a SQL server related table and go to the advanced editor, okay, here itself server name is there, but here it is pointing as like a parameter we created, right? That parameter name it is showing here. Understand what I'm saying here? That parameter name it is showing here. Okay. So in the parameter, what server name is that it will shows here. Understand? So directly we can change the server name. We can change the database name, anything here. Understand? Because in advanced editor, anything is editable code. Anything is editable code. Understand? So see, advanced editor is used for only changing the data source paths or table names. You can change it like that, anything. Understand clearly? Not only those things, remaining things don't touch here. Understand clearly? Okay. Next one is manage. What is that? Manage. How many options are there in manage? There are three options are there. What are those? Delete, duplicate, and reference. Understand clearly? Okay. In manage, there are three different options are there. Very, very important. Listen carefully. Delete, duplicate, and reference. Delete means delete means if you want to delete any particular data set, if you want to delete any data set, see here all the data sets are available in the left pan, right? If any of the data set, if you want to delete it means there are two ways we can delete. One is whichever data set you want to delete it, select that particular data set. Understand clearly? Now, under manage, go to manage and click on delete. When you click on delete, see here, are you sure want to delete this particular table? If you click on delete it, then that particular data set is permanently deleted. Understand or not? Whichever data set you are deleted, those are permanently deleted. Understand? If you want to get the same data set with the same transformation means, again, from the initially onwards, you can load that by using data source itself. You can load that particular table. Again, you applied all the transformation options to that particular data set. There is no other alternative. Understand clearly or not? Is that clear or not? Okay. So this is how. Okay. So if you want to delete any particular data set means select the data set under manage, click on delete. Then that particular data set is deleted. Okay. Or else another option is also there. What is that option? If you right click on this particular data set, see here, if you right click on the data set, did you see delete option? By using this option also, you can delete the data. Which is the comfortable one? Right click is the best option. Right click on any data set, click on delete option. It data set will be deleted. Vijay, what about if you want to delete a column? If you want to delete a column, I will tell you. Don't worry, there is a separate option will be there. For deleting a data set, this is the option. Understand? Either right click on that particular data set or else select the data set under manage delete option. You can use it. Understand clearly? Okay. Next one. Next one. What is the next one? Duplicate and reference. Very, very important interview question. In real time, also very important option. Duplicate and reference. What is duplicate option will do? Means duplicate means what is the meaning of duplicate? Copy. Same copy, we can call it as a duplicate. Okay. If you want to create the duplicate data set, you have to use duplicate option. Duplicate means same copy of the data set. If you want to create, then we have to use duplicate. See here, suppose for example, okay, select that particular data set. Under manage, there is an option called duplicate. Click on this one. Understand clearly? See here, in this left table, what columns are there and what transformation option you applied in this particular data set. The same transformation here also it is available with the same column with the same data. Same duplicate, that means same copy of the column, it will same copy of the table it is created. Okay. Duplicate means copy of the data set. What data set is there? Whichever data set you want to do. Vijay, in which scenario the duplicate option we need to apply? Suppose, for example, you are loading one table, right? That table is a master table. Okay, that is a master table. But in that particular table itself, we need to apply some transformation options. But what user is saying, don't touch the table. Okay. Okay. Don't touch the table. But if you want to create that one means, if you want to create transformation options in the same data set means create a duplicate and apply all the transformation. Then you know, right, what will happen? Why user is saying don't apply transformation options in the original table? Because if suppose something mistake will happen, we can easily identify with the master table, right? That's the reason. In some scenarios, we need to do like that. Understand clearly or not? Is that clear or not? Is that clear or not? This is how we can do that one. Understand clearly or not? Okay, that's the reason we need to create a duplicate. But in duplicate, listen carefully. In duplicate, so whichever by using which table we are creating a duplicate table, that table we can call it as that table we can call it as parent table. Duplicate table we can call it as child table. Understand? That means what is the parent table for this particular data set? Left table. This is the parent table. This is the child table. So in parent and child table, if you do any modifications in the parent table, what is that? If you do any modifications in the parent table, it is not reflected to the child table. Understand, Anna? That means both are independent, not dependent. If you change anything in the parent table, it is not reflect to the child table. If you change anything in the child table, is it reflect to the parent table? No. That's what I told you in duplicate. When you are having a parent and child table, both are independent. Okay. Independent meaning is if you apply any transformation options in the in in the in the parent table, it is not reflected to the child table. If you change anything in the child table, it is not reflected to the parent table. Understand clearly? Okay. And one more important point is who are coming to the offline with a fresh mind, everyone complete fresh up the things and come here. Immediately wake up and come here means definitely here itself you're a sleepy. Okay. Definitely you're sleeping here itself. Complete your all the activity, morning activities, and then you come. Then only you have a fresh mind to listen each and everything. Okay. I'm not pointing anyone. I know who are doing that particular one. But please, okay, don't do. Who are coming to the offline, please, everyone, complete your morning activities, even including bathing also. Okay, with a fresh mind and everything. So whether you are a Christian or a Muslim or Hindu, pray for God for 2 minutes and come back to the class. Everyone, I'm saying, take for 2 minutes namaz. Take for 2 minutes for pray the God for either Christian. Take 2 minutes for pray the God. Or else if you are Hindu, better to attend temples here. 2 minutes, not more than that. Here only Durga Devi temple is there. Okay, somewhere here it is church will be there. Okay, do these activities, then always God will give the positive energy when you are in a in your career. If you are in a career, how much hard work you are doing. Luck factor also must and should required. If there is no luck factor, no one will help you on this one. So many examples are there. Is God is there means if you are there means God is definitely it is there. Okay. Complete all these morning activities and come back to my class, please. immediately wake up and come, don't come here. If it is happens like that, sometimes it will happens like that. At that point of time, don't come to my class. Better to continue online days. I don't want to see the faces in a sleepy mode. See here. Okay. You understand, right? See here. Suppose in the left table, see here, I'm changing the column name. See here. Did you see? Okay. Just to double click on that particular column header. It is converted into editable mode. You can change the name of the column. Okay. See here. One, two. Now go to the child table. Did that column name is changed here? Any transformation you applied in the parent table, it is not reflected the child table. Suppose if you do any modifications to the child table, is it reflected the parent table? Huh? See here. See here. Understand clearly. Understand clearly. Okay. So that means duplicate is independent. Always parent and child is independent. Understand clearly. Is that clear or not? Okay. That is the one. Next one. What is the next option? Duplicate also, we can have another option. One is select the data set under duplicate, under manage duplicate option is there. Another option also there. How to do that one? Right click on the data set. Did you see duplicate? Here, did you see the duplicate option or not? Right click is the best options. Understand clearly? Okay. Next one is reference. What is the next option? Reference. What is reference will do? What is reference will do? Mean reference is also similar like a duplicate. Reference is also creating the copy of the table. Understand? But there is some difference will be there, duplicate and reference. Okay. See here. I'm using a right table. Right click on this. See, in reference also two ways we can create. Either select that particular table under manage a reference. Okay. It will create, or else right click on the data set. Did you see reference? What it will do, reference also, it will create the same copy of the table. Did you see? Same copy of the table. But in reference, parent and child tables are independent tables. What is that? Dependent tables. What is the meaning of dependent? If you change anything in the parent table, it is reflected in the child table. Understand clearly? Okay. See here. See here. In the right table. Suppose, for example, product ID. Okay. Here you will have 1, 3. I'm changing the column name. Not only column name. Any transformation option you can apply it in parent table. Okay. Did you see here? Is it reflected the child table or not? Is it reflected child table or not? See here, I'm doing changes in parent table. I'm doing some transformation options applied in parent table. Now, when you go to the child table, did you see? Column name transformation option is applied. Understand clearly? Understand clearly or not? That means if in reference, if you are doing any modifications in the parent table, it is reflected to the child table. But there is another, there is a drawback is there in this reference. What is the drawback is, okay, child to parent, it won't happen. If you are doing any modifications in the child table, in reference I'm talking, in reference, if you are doing any modifications in the child table, it is not reflected the parent table. Suppose, for example, this is a child table, right? In reference. So I'm modify this particular column name. Okay. Now product ID column in the child table. Now, did you see here? If you go to the parent table, did the column name is changed here? That is the one. Understand? Parent to child modification will happen, but child to parent modification doesn't happen. Understand clearly? Any doubts in this one? Is that clear or not? Is that clear or not? Okay. So this is how it will be there. Any doubts in this particular one? Hmm? Is that clear or not? Is that clear or not? Any doubts in this one? You understand the difference between duplicate and reference. Very, very important interview question. In real time also very, very important. Alim, I told you, right? What is copying? Why we need to create the reference? In which scenario? Because same master table and child table. In child table, what will happen is if you are suppose in the parent table, the master data is loaded. Okay. I don't want to do any transformations on the parent table. So that's the reason I'm creating a reference. So suppose in the parent table, suppose today we have 4 columns are there. Next time if I refresh the same data set, 2 more columns are added. Then the same 2 columns are also available in the child table. But in duplicate, is that will happen? No. At the time of creating a duplicate, what columns there in the parent table, those only it will appears. But in child table, it is not like that. Whenever, suppose for example, today you are adding 2 columns. After 2 months, 2 columns are removed. The same thing it is reflected in the child table or not when you create a reference. I told you which scenario we need to create parent and child run, right? If you don't want to touch the parent table and you need a duplicate table and apply some transformation option, then reference or duplicate you have to create based on your scenario. Understand? Alim, understand clearly? Any doubts in this particular one? Very, very important in interview question. Duplicate and reference. Next one. What is the next option? Choose columns. There are 2 options are there. Choose columns and go to columns. Choose means select. Mean in the data set, which columns you required. Those columns you can choose. Remaining columns you need to uncheck those one. Automatically. Suppose for example, whenever I'm loading the table, at that point of time, 5 columns are there. I don't want 5 columns. I want only 3 columns. Then there is an option called choose columns. When you click on choose columns, in the table, what are all the columns are there? By default, it is checked. By default, it is checked. Okay. By default, it is unchecked. Okay. So whichever column you uncheck it, that column is removed from the data set. That means whichever columns you check it, those columns only you can see it in that particular data set. Whichever columns you uncheck it, those columns are removed from the data set. Understand clearly? Is that clear or not? Is that clear or not? Okay. Whenever in any of the data set, if you want required only few columns, remaining columns you didn't require it, you have to use choose columns option. In choose columns, which columns you required, you have to check it. Which columns you didn't require, you have to uncheck those one. Unchecked columns are removed from the data set. Understand clearly? Next. What is the next option? Go to column option. What is go to column option? Okay. Go to column means selection of the column is changed from one column to another column in the same data set. Which column by default for each and every data set is selected? In every data set, which column by default it is selected? Huh? First column it is selected. By default, for each and every data set, first column is selected. Here in this right table, which column is selected? What is the column name? Huh? Product ID is the column it is selected. Vijay, how you can say product ID column only selected? The background of the column is in gray. Means if it is in gray color of any of the column, that particular column is selected. Understand clearly? Okay. So that is one option. See here, when you click on go to column, it all the columns it is displayed here. Which column you want to select that column? Which column you want to move the selection? That column you have to select it here. See here, I am selecting sales column and click on OK. The selection of the column is changed. That is one option. One way is go to column option. Another option is directly click on the column header. The column is selected. Directly click on column header. See here. Click on the column header. Automatically that column is selected or not. Understand or not? Is that clear or not? Understand clearly or not? Any doubts in this one? Okay. Is that clear or not? Next. Next option is remove column. See, choose columns and remove columns both are same. What is that? Choose columns. This choose columns and remove columns both are same. Means which columns you required that you can select it, and remaining columns you are removing in choose columns, right? Same thing in remove columns also we are doing like that. In remove columns, there are two options are there. Remove columns and remove other columns. What is that? Remove columns and remove other columns. What is remove columns will do? Means whichever columns you selected, those columns are removed. Understand or not? Okay. What is that? So there are two options are there in remove columns. Remove columns and remove other columns. Whichever columns are selected, those columns if you want to remove means you have to use remove columns. Unselected columns if you want to remove means you have to use remove other columns option. Understand or not? Is that clear or not? Okay. See in remove column there are two options, remove columns and remove other column. Remove columns means selected columns will be removed here. How? See here. Here I selected like segment column. Can we remove this one? Yes. There are two ways we can use the same remove columns option. One is select the column and click on here. Or else another option is right click on that column header. You will see remove, right? Both are same it is. Understand clearly? Suppose for example, I selected this one and click on remove column. See here, segment column is removed or not? Is that segment column is removed or not? It is removed. Vijay, I have one doubt is there. Can we remove on multiple selection column basis? Can we do that one? Right now, what I'm doing, I'm selecting a single column and removing. But I don't want to do like that. I want to select few of the columns once at a time and I want to remove those columns. Is that possible? Yes. How to do that one? What you have to do is by using control plus click, you need to select which columns you want to remove. Suppose, for example, I want to remove this column. You can select it. Okay. I want to remove this column. So by using control plus click, you can click on this one. By using control plus click, you can select this particular one. Understand clearly? By using control plus click, you can select multiple columns and then you can click on remove columns. See here, those columns are removed or not? Understand clearly or not? Either single column you can remove or multiple columns also you can remove. Understand? Okay. Remove other columns means unselected columns are removed here. Okay. What is unselected columns? It is removed here. Suppose, for example, I'm selecting this column and this column and this column I'm selecting. If I click on this particular one, what columns it is removed? Country, other column, unselected columns it is. What is unselected column? See, did you see what is unselected columns? It is there. Okay. Country, discount brand, manufacturing price, sales price, the grass sales, discount sales, COGS. There are other columns, unselected columns are there. Those are all the columns it is removed. See here. Only selected columns only it is available. Understand the difference between remove columns and remove other columns? Huh? Okay. So this is how the options will be there. Is that clear or not? Okay. Next one. Next one is ePros. Next one is, what is the next option? ePros. Okay. What is the meaning of keep? See here. ePros means which rows you want to show. Okay. By using keyPros itself, we can use that one. Remaining rows automatically deleted from the data set. Whichever rows you want to show, those related one, you can show it. Remaining rows are automatically removed by Power BI. Power BI will take remove other related rows and everything. This is row wise option it is. See here. In keyPros, you will see different options are there. Keep top rows, keep bottom rows, keep range of rows, keep duplicates, keep errors. Understand clearly? What is that? Keep top rows, keep bottom rows, keep range of rows, keep duplicates, keep errors. Understand clearly? Is that clear? Okay. Keep top rows, keep bottom rows, keep range of rows, keep duplicates, keep errors. What is keep top rows it is? Means From the top onwards, how many number of rows you want to show? By using this option, we can implement this one. See here, and you click on keep top rows. See here, what is that one? Here in this box, you have to give the number. That number always greater than 0. Okay. See here, 5. What is the meaning of this one? Top 5 rows. First 5 rows only it will display. Remaining rows are removed. Automatically remaining only it will shows first 5 rows. Remaining rows are removed. Understand? See here. Is that clear or not? Okay. Next one. Bottom rows means alternative. From the bottom onwards, how many number of rows you want to show? Those by using this option. Here. Keep range of rows means what is that one? From specific row to number of rows. Specific row to number of rows. Okay. See here. What is the first row here? Either you can give 1 or 2 or 3 or any number. See, what is the meaning of this one? It starts from 3. Number of rows is. What is the meaning of this one? It will start from 3. From that 3 to up to 5 rows. 5 rows. Understand? Don't think like third row to fifth row. That is wrong. It will start from 3 up to 5 rows. What is the next 5 rows after 3? Those it will show. Remaining rows are removed. Understand clearly? Huh? Next, keep duplicates. What is the meaning of keep duplicates? See here. What is the meaning of keep duplicates? Means in whichever column you selected, in that column, any value, same value, whichever it is repeating more than one time, those related records only it will shows. One related records are removed from that particular column. You understand or not? Keep duplicates means in a whichever column it is selected, in that column, whichever same value is repeating more than one time, those related. Suppose APAC is showing 5 times it is. Those are all the 5 times it will shows. Okay. Americas it is having 2 times it is there. 2 times it is shows. Suppose Europe is having 1 time it is there. Can we show that particular value? No. One related records are deleted. Whichever same value is repeating more than one time, those all the records. I selected region column. In this one, which column, which values it will shows here? APAC, Americas. These two only it will shows. Can we show like Europe? Because it is one time only it is. One time related records cannot show. Those records are removed. So here. Did you see? Understand clearly? Keep errors. What is the meaning of keep errors? Keep errors. Keep errors means if you want to show the errors, suppose sometimes while we are loading the data from the data sources, in some of the cells having errors are there. I want to know which cells having errors are there. Understand clearly? At that point of time, keep errors is the option here. When you on this one, when I click on this one, what it will show? Tell me. When I click on this particular, what it will shows? Huh? Is there any errors are there in the? Then what it will shows if I apply this option? What it will shows? Is there any errors here? See here. By using that option, we can see only errors, but errors are not there. Then what will happen? Table empty. Only if it is errors are there, those related rows only it will display. Understand? Non-error related rows are removed. But here, all are non-error rows only. So that's the reason. If all the records are deleted, what it will show? Table is empty. Understand clearly? Is that clear or not? Okay. Next one is remove rows. Quite opposite to the keep rows is called as remove rows. See here. In remove rows also, you will see different options. Remove top rows, remove bottom rows, remove alternative rows. All these things. Remove top rows. When I click on this one. What is that one? See here. In this particular box, you have to give the number. What it will happen? First three rows, removed. You are saying correct answer. That's the reason I will leave you. Otherwise, while I'm explaining, you are writing those all the things. Concept, listen. At the time of explaining a concept, listen. If you understand the concept in any way, you can write it. Okay. It's okay. Running notes. So whenever you are maintaining a running notes, don't write paragraph lines. It never ends. It's very difficult. Write some diagram related one and just a shortcut in Hindi or Urdu or any language. You can write that one. But don't share that running notes to anyone. Understand clearly or not? Okay. Maintain the running notes. Okay. But writing a paragraph, you didn't have a time. Listening and writing means it's very difficult. Put a shortcuts methods. Whenever you know, right, what is the shortcut for that one? Whenever you will see, you can easily understand the running notes. My document is paragraph will be there, but in your running notes, your own notes it is. So that's the reason you can easily understand if you forget any of the option. Okay. See here. Here, 3 I'm giving. What is the meaning of this one? Huh? First 3 rows are removed from that particular table. Remaining rows, it will shows. Okay. Only first 3 rows are removed. Remaining rows as it is will be there. That is the one. It is quite opposite to keep rows or not. See here. Understand clearly. Na? Any doubts in this one? Next. Remove bottom rows. Bottom rows means from bottom onwards, how many number of rows you want to remove? See here, that number. Understand? Bottom 3 rows only it will remove. Remaining rows as it is will be there. Understand clearly? Remove alternative rows means you know that one, right? First row will be there, second row is removed. Second row will be there. Okay, third row will be there, fourth row. Like one after the other rows are removed. Understand clearly. Next one. Very, very important option in remove rows. What is that option is? Remove duplicates. What is the meaning of remove duplicates? Everyone is thinking one output. What is that one is? Whichever value is repeating more than one time, those related records are removed. That's what you are thinking, right? That is wrong. Remove duplicates means it will take the unique records in that particular column. It will take the unique records in that particular column. That is the meaning of actual meaning of remove duplicates. Understand? Unique records means in the whichever column you selected, in that column, each value will consider only one time. Even if it is multiple times, it is there, but it will take only one time. See here, APAC, how many times it is there? 3 times it is there. It will consider only one APAC, only one value. Americas, how many times it is there? It will consider only one value. Understand? Europe, how many values are there? One value. If one values are there, as it is one values, it will consider. Understand clear? Now, if I click on this one, what values it will shows in the region column? If I click on this option and after selecting the region column, if I click on remove duplicates, what result it is getting? What result it is getting? APAC, Americas, Europe. Only these three. Each value one time only it will choose. That is the meaning, actual meaning of remove duplicate. Don't think like remove duplicates means whichever value is repeating more than one time, those all the records are removed. Not like that. Remove duplicates means it will consider as a unique values in that particular column. See here. If I click on this. Did you see? Understand clear? Other columns also same, whichever it is there. Okay. Other columns also removed. Other column values also removed. Vijay, in this one, APAC having 3 values are there. Which value it will be there? Which values are removed? Only first value only it will consider. Remaining values are removed. Understand clear? Is that clear or not? Next one. Remove blank rows means whichever column having complete row, whichever table having complete columns or rows are there. Understand? Whichever rows having a blank values or empty values. Okay. Those related rows, if you want to remove, you have to use remove blank rows. Means here. Can we see in transform data, suppose in any column, if you are not filling, means what is that one? Blank it is. But in transform data, okay, in any column, blank means null, N-U-L-L. Remember this. Here it is showing null means this is a blank value because transform data will consider NULL. Blank means NULL. But in model, Power BI model, blank means blank only. Empty it will be there. But in transform data, blank means null. Understand? So can we remove these null values by using this option? Remove blank rows. Can we use this option? No, we cannot remove these blank values, these null values. Why? Because in other column having other column having not null values, right? So whenever you want to use this remove blank rows option, that means that complete row, this is a row, this is complete row. In that row itself, for all the columns in the same row, all the columns having null values, then those related records only it will remove. Understand clearly or not? Is that clear or not? Okay. No, table is like that. Huh? Enter data table is also there. Where is that one? Suppose, for example, click on. Okay. Now see here. Did you see? Understand clearly or not? Okay. Now see here. Is that removed? Why it is removed? See here. This complete row having blank sort. See here. In the same row, all the columns having blank. Understand clearly? Is that clear? Or not? This is about remove blank rows. Next one. Remove errors mean in whichever column errors are there. In whichever column level. Only this is the option row level. Okay, this is row level. This is column level. This is column level. Understand? Whichever column having errors are there, those related rows, if you want to remove, then we have to use this one. Understand clearly or not? Understand clearly or not? Is that clear or not? Any doubts in this one? Huh? Is that clear or not? Okay. So we can stop it here. We'll continue tomorrow. Okay. So we can stop it here and we'll continue tomorrow. Okay.